Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Bricks Below, back here with another video. And this video is actually going to be the start of a series where I'm going to show you guys how I build my Lego MILS road plates that I've used throughout the city. And so this is going to be the first one in the series. And the reason why I want to show you guys is because these MILS road plates are actually slightly different than the more common ones you'll see online. And so I wanted to show you guys how I build mine in case anyone is curious. Now, what makes mine different, it mostly comes to deals with the width. So this is 22 studs wide here, and so the size of it is it's a little it's a little off. And what I mean by that is typically you'll find most base plates come in either a 16 by 16 size, a 32 or 16 by 32, or a 32 by 32, and this is kind of what most people use as a foundation for their MILS plates. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with the channel, I am building an entire city underneath my bed, so space for me is kind of a big constraint. So whenever I wanted to start working on, or whenever I decided to go with a MILS plate system, I knew that building the roads would be a little bit more complicated because this is kind of where I wanted to sacrifice some of the spacing. So because this is 22, it makes it odd, and so what I actually had to do is I actually had to cut this base plate here, and I'll show you guys the exact size whenever I go into what you'll need to build this, but just highlighting a little bit more about this. This is built on top of the 16 by 16 Lego road plates that are now common in a lot of the city sets. And then what I did is I extended it by a stud on each end, and the reason why is because when you add cars to it, by doing so, it gives it a better fit. And if there are any 8 stud wide cars, they can actually fit in the city. So that's why I extended on each side. And then on each sidewalk, I decided to do 2 studs wide. And the reason why is because if you want to implement some elements, like such as a lamppost, you can actually just pop these off here and just add it like so. And so this is the other reason why I wanted to make sure the sidewalks were 2 studs wide on each side. So in the end, it comes out to being 22 studs wide. So yeah, it's a little off, but again, if you're curious, I'm about to show you guys the pieces you'll need and how to put it together. So let me show you guys the pieces you'll need. Okay, so here is an overview of all the pieces you will need, but there are some things to note here. For starters, I went ahead and assumed that you guys have the standard 16 by 16 road plates with the basically the center line and the these 2x4s filled in. Now, these are the pieces that I'm using. However, note that these are not the exact pieces you need to use, and the reason for it is because this is kind of what this is based off the pieces that I have available. However, you can actually change up some of these. So basically, the most important ones you'll need is actually these tiles here. You'll need the light gray tiles. You need to basically build 2 sidewalks, and each sidewalk is composed of a 2 by 16. Now there are no tiles that are that long, so I just use different assortment of tiles. I use a couple 2x2s and a couple 2x4s. You can basically just use 2x2s if that's all you have available, or even 1x2s. Same thing with this right here. This is actually the plates that go underneath the tiles for the sidewalk. You could actually use a 2x16 plate, but in my case, I didn't have it, so I use these ones. You'll also need an extra set of 2x16. These ones don't matter as much because of where they'll be located at. And for that fact, the only ones that really matter are the sidewalk pieces and the bluish gray tiles. That's kind of the most visible thing. So aside from that, whatever colored pieces you guys have, it doesn't matter as much. Something else that's important is this. This is you'll need 4 1x4s, and these are what you'll use to connect to the other MILS plates you have around. And so again, this is an overview of all the pieces. Let me show you guys this over here real quick. This is just 8 4x4s, and again, I needed basically what comes out to be a 4x16 on each side, so that's why I have 8 of these. Now let me show you guys the one piece that's kind of a little bit hard to obtain, and what I mean by that is this is a 16 by 22 base plate. No, Lego does not make this, so what I ended up doing is I ended up cutting a base plate. However, I ended up cutting basically the Dollar Tree ones. These ones were kind of, they're cheap. So if you make a mistake, it's not as costly. And because these are not real Lego, I did not feel as bad, cutting this. But just note, you'll need a 16 by 22 in order to make this. Now, that's pretty much all the pieces you'll need. So the next step is I'm gonna show you guys how to put it all together. Okay, so I've pushed basically all the pieces off to the side, and I'm gonna show you guys how to put it all together. So what you'll start off with is you'll start off by bringing in your 4x4s or whatever you have, and basically you're gonna offset it by one stud, and you're gonna put these all along here, like so. Now this is kind of what I was saying, that you end up needing what ends up being a 4x16. So you could, in theory, you also just use two 2x16s, but again, since this is what I had, it's kind of convenient. This is what I ended up using. So you'll just put these on here on both sides, and you'll notice that what you do on one side, you pretty much do on the other side. It's kind of a mirror case. So start there. Okay, so what you'll do is now you're bringing your 1x2s and just place these on each corner, like so. Okay. Then you'll take your 1x4s with the Technic pins, and you'll just place those next to each one of those 1x2s, like so. And then you could use, a couple 1x2s, just have two 1x4s, and you'll place those in the middle, like so. Now the next thing you'll want to do is you'll actually want to go ahead and bring in your road plate, and you just want to place this basically as shown here. You'll have a 1x2 spacing, or sorry, a 2x16 spacing on each side. That's what you want. All right, make sure you press it down. All right, now what you want to do is just bring in your 2x16s and just fill in this gap right here. And make sure you press. And same thing on the other side. Okay, now this is the part where I extend the road plate by one stud on each side. So the way I do that is I just place a 2x4. You could again also use 2x2s here, and just place them along here. And you'll just grab a 1x2 here and just fill in this slight gap right here. Oops. And same thing on the other side, like so. Oop, I don't need those. You get your 1x2s and place them here. Now what you'll do at this point is just basically fill in this gap by using, whatever plates you have available. I'm using 1x4s just to fill this in. And again, same thing on the other side. Okay, and then now what you'll do is you actually build the sidewalk, and so you'll place the whatever light gray plates you have, and so these are the ones that I'm using in my case. And once again, same thing on the other side. Like so. And then finally, what you'll do is you'll take your tiles, your light bluish gray tiles, or not bluish gray, sorry, just the regular light gray tiles, and just, fill it in. There we go. All right, just like so. Now, what you can do here is you can actually fill these in by using 1x4s. However, if you want to connect multiple ones of these, what you can do is you can actually just build another one of these and use a 2x4 or two 2x2s in order to connect these. However, you don't need to, so I'm just going to fill in these gaps here. Okay, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty simple. There's not too much to it. It doesn't take up too many pieces, which is something that I really like. And so yeah, so what I'll actually show you guys here is I actually have the pet shop. And what I've done is I've actually went ahead and made a MILS plate out of it. So what you can do is just bring your road here, and you can just connect it on using the Technic pins like such. And as you can see, this thing is slightly off, so you make sure you press it down when you're building it. But that's pretty much it. And so what you can do here now is just bring in a vehicle, place it on there, and then again, the cool thing about these, and the reason why I made these too wide, is because if you want to bring in like a you know, a stoplight or traffic light, or you want to bring in like a lamp post, you can use it. You can do that here because these are 2 studs wide. So it allows to add more attachments in the future. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I'm gonna make more videos as to how I make the different ones. So just keep tuned, and thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment below, letting me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.